Hello friends, Matt here with Donec Arquiescat. Please subscribe and share with your friends. This is the third in a series of videos about the 5 ways for the existence of God from Thomas Aquinas, or his 5 proofs. This third way argues from actuality and potentiality, or contingent and necessary being. First of all, everything that's around us either has to exist or it doesn't have to exist. If something did not exist at one time, then we know that it didn't have to exist. Because if it had to exist, then it would always exist. And all the things around us have not always existed, and so none of the things that we interact with on an everyday basis have to exist. For example, if we look at a chair has the essence of a chair, but it didn't always have to exist. And so it is not part of the essence of that thing that makes it what it is that it has to exist. The existence of the chair is accidental to it. It's not necessary. It's not a necessary property of it in order for it to be a chair in the first place. But if the chair had to exist, if it was part of the essence of the chair to exist, then it would have always existed. The other thing to look at here is change. If something changes, then that means it's a mix of actuality and potentiality. And anything that's a composite that changes like that, it's not part of the essence of that thing to exist, because if it existed, then it would exist in the fullness of its essence all the time. But since it has this composite of actuality and potentiality, it's undergoing change of some kind, that means that it is not part of the essence of that thing to have actuality, to exist all the time, and to always exist in the fullness of its essence. And so we say that all of these things are contingent. They depend on something else for their existence. If everything in the universe is contingent, then nothing would have to exist, because then the whole universe of contingent things is itself still contingent. And so there must be something that has to exist. There must be some necessarily existing thing. This thing has to have the fullness of actuality, just like what we came to in the other 2 arguments. And so that fullness of actuality, that necessary existing thing, is the very act of existingness itself. And we call that God. And this fits perfectly with the other conclusions. If there has to be some unchanging source of change, well, that can only come from the very source of existence of everything. If there is a first cause, an uncaused cause, that fits perfectly with the very act of existingness, the fullness of actuality, pure existence. And as this source of all being, it makes sense that we would call that thing God. Thanks for watching. Please share with your friends and stick around for the other videos.